Greetings everybody and welcome back to Wager Talk TV. I'm Pablos here to break down our Wednesday's matches for the Champions League. We got some pretty huge matches, I should say, in the Champions League. Pretty heavy matchups. Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. We got Atletico Madrid versus Inter Milan. PSG versus Tottenham. Huge matches. But before that, I want to remind you guys about my 5% max bet in the Champions League. This goes on Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. And I've also included a 4% best bet. It's a same game parlay for Tuesday's slate as well. Up at wt.buzz/pl, you'll find also a 4%, it's a parlay with a Liga MX play and a Europa League play that I absolutely love this combination of results. I think there's a very good chance this passes. Also 30 and 7 run in 4% releases. We're just doing really well with these parlays as well. So you can find all my free plays and all my client plays over at wt.buzz/pl, and we're running a nice promo for the Thanksgiving. You can get and you can stack this this deal as well. You can get 7 days for just $67. That comes down to under $10 a day. This is a limited time offer, so I think this ends tonight or the day after. So, but you can stack this. You can get 7 days and 7 days and 7 days. So basically, a single 5% costs $39, but you can get 7 days for $67, and you'll get 6 more days of play. So head over to my page, and you'll find all about it. Now onwards to our free plays. Starting off with Arsenal versus Bayern Munich, Wednesday 3 p.m. Eastern. Arsenal plus 120 favorites at home. The draw is at plus 265. Bayern Munich plus 225 underdogs here. On the road, the spread is set at a quarter goal, and the total is set at 2.75. This is a huge matchup between two teams that rarely lose. They're playing the best soccer in Europe right now, and this could be a very exciting match. But it could also be a not exciting match. Arsenal, they have only lost once in the season, a slim 1-0 to Liverpool. And the other 2 times that they dropped points were a 1-1 draw versus Man City and a 2-2 draw versus Sunderland, of all teams. So they're missing quite a few players, mainly forwards. But we've seen them using holding midfielder Mikel Merino as a striker, and he does pretty well. He actually assisted in each of their last 2 matches, and so they're covering the gap that they have in the offense pretty adequately. They won all 4 of their Champions League matches so far. They conceded 0 goals and scored 2+ goals in all 4. So also really strong at home. They won 8 of 9 home matches with 1 draw. And they conceded just 2 goals at home, 1 versus Tottenham and 1 versus Manchester City. So this is probably the best defense in all of Europe right now, and they're now hosting one of the best offenses. So this is more like a situation where the unstoppable force meets the immovable object, if you will. So Bayern Munich, they're still unbeaten in the season with 18 wins and 1 draw. They have won all 4 Champions League matches as well. But they kept just 1 clean sheet in the process, and they scored 2+ goals in all 4, and they scored 3+ goals in 3 of 4. So defense hasn't been great, especially on the road, where they kept just 2 clean sheets in 10 away matches in all competitions. They're also coming here with some important absences, as left back Davies and one of their key players, Jamal Musiala, are both still out with injuries. Now Gnabry got hurt and he's questionable at best, while Luis Diaz, he will serve a suspension for his murderous tackle to Hakimi in their 2-1 win over at PSG. So they don't have that deep of a roster up front. So Nicholas Jackson will probably start, maybe at the left wing or at the number 10 position. And we might even see a little bit of 17-year-old wonderkid Leonard Carl in the starting lineup. He's been great with 3 goals and 2 assists in limited time with Bayern Munich this season. So, Bayern, they shipped off both Leroy Sané and Kingsley Coman, 2 players that were either starting or great options off the bench. So they're not here anymore. They're not at Munich. So Bayern, they have some depth issues. Both teams are coming here plagued by injuries, but Arsenal, they've learned to live life without key players up front. The rest of the squad has covered the gap pretty adequately. It's Bayern Munich who are a mystery with their injuries, in the sense that they don't. Uh, we don't really know how they will react. I mean, for example, if there is an injury to either Kane or Olise or any one of their forwards, I don't know what they could bring off the bench to help them up front. So it's a really tough match to predict, guys. I gotta be honest with you. I don't have a lean here, like a strong lean, like I like this or I like that. Because it's very volatile. I mean, Arsenal can play massive defense and they can just short circuit Bayern's offense. We've seen that in the past. They can definitely hurt Bayern's soft defense here. So this match is truly a wild card, to be honest. So I like Arsenal here. They played with these injuries and won for quite some time now. They're used to it. While Bayern, they're sort of on uncharted territory with these injuries. So Arsenal Milan at plus 120 looks very good, but the hand cannot easily go against Bayern. As for a total, I'm kind of leaning to the under 2.75 goals. Arsenal, they almost always play very, very carefully against teams that are better than them. So their match versus Manchester City had 2 goals, a 1-1 draw. They lost to Liverpool by a slim 1-0, so they're certainly and mainly looking to not lose. So strange match to predict. I'm leaning under 2.75 of a goal, minus 110. Water break because my throat is still sore, from I was just sick a couple of days ago. Okay, moving on to Atletico Madrid versus Inter Milan. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, guys. We here at the Wager Talk family, we provide actionable information across all major sports. I myself, I'm doing soccer. I'm trying to break down these games as much as I can. And even in matches where I don't have a lean, I'm just trying to give my opinion and maybe I help somebody out there bet on something or not bet on something. So make sure to like and subscribe, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about these matches. Big matches, marquee matchups and names and whatnot, but betting is hard in these matches, I gotta be honest with you. Okay, onwards to our next match, Atletico Madrid versus Inter Milan, Wednesday 3 p.m. Eastern. Atletico Madrid plus 130 favorites at home. The draw is at plus 250. Inter Milan plus 217 underdogs on the road. Spread is set at a quarter goal. Total is set at 2.75. Again, we got two banged up teams coming into this match. Atletico Madrid, they're missing starting defenders Lenormand, who suffered a bad injury. Their center back, he was pretty solid. And now Marcos Llorente, their starting right back. He also plays at the right wing. Sorry about that, which means that they will have to shuffle the deck in their defense. They also have a headache regarding their starting goalkeeper Jan Oblak, who suffered a slight injury in the international break with his national team. He was left out of their squad versus Getafe over the weekend. He does have some chances to play, but we were going to have to wait for the lineups for that one. So Atletico Madrid, they're not messing about, especially at home. They've only lost to Arsenal and Liverpool and somehow Espanyol in the season. All 3 losses came on the road. They've won 7 and drawn once at home. So they didn't have a very tough schedule so far at home, but they did humiliate Real Madrid by a 5-2 win. And they also beat Villarreal, which is a strong side in Spain, by 2-0. Now Inter Milan, they're also coming here pretty banged up. They're missing right wing back Dumfries and role midfielder Mkhitaryan, the Armenian guy who's always good off the bench or as a starter. He's a good cog in that Inter Milan midfield. Both players, they really help Inter Milan's build up. It's really strange to see how they'll operate without them. Inter Milan, by the way, they're coming off just an unfair and frustrating loss to AC Milan, arch rivals AC Milan, over the weekend. They had a chance to pull even, but Çalhanoğlu, their captain, missed a penalty kick that would have tied the game. So Inter Milan, however, they're doing really well in the Champions League. They won all 4 matches so far, but the truth is that none of those matches were against good teams. I mean, they beat the carcass of Ajax. I mean, Ajax have been horrible this season. They beat Slavia Prague at home. They beat Royal Union on the road by 4-0. So, and in their last match, they actually struggled a little bit to beat Kairat Almaty by 2-1 at home. So yeah, this is not exactly the team that they were last season, and in the past 2-3 years that we've seen them, really elevate their game under coach Inzaghi, who is now in Saudi Arabia. So the change in coach, this new coach is just copying and pasting whatever the previous coach did, and it's kind of working so far. I mean, they don't easily lose, but this is not the same Inter Milan side from last season, and it's more than obvious. So I can't pick a side here. If I absolutely had to pick something, I'd go Atletico Madrid minus a quarter of a goal at even money, and for a total, I'm leaning under two and three quarters of a goal here. But again, this could go anywhere. I do like a player prop here though. I mentioned Hakan Çalhanoğlu. He's a midfielder and captain of Inter Milan, to score or assist at plus 200 at FanDuel is a great option here. He's leading Inter Milan in goals this season with 8. He also has 3 assists in 18 matches. He's the designated penalty kick taker, and he missed a crucial penalty kick over the weekend against AC Milan, so he's highly motivated to make amends for that. So give me Hakan Çalhanoğlu to score or assist plus 200 at FanDuel. Coughing break. Sorry about this, guys. I've been sick for a couple of days, and I'm just trying to give you guys some actionable information about this in these Champions League matches. Okay, onwards to our final breakdown for Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. We got PSG versus Tottenham. PSG huge minus 270 favorites here at home. The draw is at plus 420. Tottenham plus 800 underdogs on the road. The spread is set at 1.5 and the total is set at 3.25. So this is actually a rematch of the European Super Cup final that took place in mid-August. Champions League winners PSG, they played against Europa League winners Tottenham in a crazy match where Tottenham, they actually took a 2-0 lead early in the game, but PSG managed to pull even in a 9-minute span towards the end of the match, sent the match to penalty kicks, and then eventually won the title. Right off the bat, PSG are missing key players here, all starters and all with major roles in the squad. Desiré Doué and Hakimi have been injured, and unavailable, and so is Dembele, but he is actually a game time call. He might feature off the bench if they really need to. So they do have a deep roster. They can cover the gaps pretty adequately with Barcola and Kvaratskhelia, who actually they only played a fraction of their weekend match versus Le Havre in the domestic league. It was an easy match, so they both came off the bench as substitutes. They're rested for this match, so they didn't play the full minutes. So PSG, they haven't been the dominant force that they were last season. Because they're coming off a long season. They made it all the way to the Champions League final. Then they had very little time to recuperate. Their bodies didn't really get the treatment that was needed. Then they embarked on a journey to the US for the Club World Cup, where they again reached the final, which means they went all the way. They played so many, I think like 5 or 6 matches they played in the US, some of them under scorching heat. Then they came back and only had 10 days to rest. And then they had, of course, to play in the Super Cup final versus this very opponent, versus Tottenham. So that's why we see a lot of injuries and we're going to see more, sadly, because players are not used to having so little time to recuperate and recover from their long seasons. Because other than club duties, they also have international duties, traveling involved. So if you compare the amount of matches these people play now, and compare them to 5-10 years ago, the number is massive. These players are getting run to the ground by all these changes in schedule. So that's why we see a lot of injuries, we see a lot of inconsistencies, and PSG are no different. Now, Tottenham are not good either, not in good shape. They just lost hands down to Arsenal by 4-1 on the road. They have now won just 2 of the last 8, with 2 wins, 2 draws and 4 losses. They had a tough schedule in that span with matches versus Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea and Newcastle, but PSG are just as good or even better than those sides. So it doesn't bode well for Tottenham here. However, again, PSG, they do have a lot of visible injuries. Some players are not at 100%. So I don't really agree with PSG's favoritism in this spot, but the hand cannot easily go against PSG, right? Despite their injuries. Tottenham have a few on their own. Actually, Tottenham have more injuries than PSG at this point. But that plus 800 on Tottenham really stands out. You know, stands out in the eye. Tottenham or draw double chances at plus 230. Tottenham plus 1.5 goal at minus 110 might be an option here. I got no leans in sides, guys. I'm always honest with you. If I have something and I have the conviction that it is a good play, I give it to you. In this case, I don't have a good play for sides. It's a strange match. So for totals, the line is at 3.25. We could easily see a tight match, but this could easily explode to a goal fest at any given moment. Small lean on the under 3.25 goals, but with a certain degree of risk. I do like a player prop here. Actually, 2 player props. It's a parlay. I'm gonna start with PSG's Nuno Mendes. Plays at the left back position. He's the second most fouled player in all competitions, getting fouled on an average of 1.5 times per match. He was fouled twice in the Super Cup final versus Tottenham. So he likes to make deep runs off the left side, down the left flank, and that left flank is guarded by Tottenham's Kudus and Mohamed Kudus and Pedro Porro. So Nuno Mendes to win 1 or more fouls is minus 450 at FanDuel, and this is the first leg of our fouls parlay. Now Tottenham's Mohamed Kudus, he makes a lot of fouls for a progressive player. He plays either at the number 10 or at the right winger position, so he makes a lot of fouls. He's the player with the most fouls this season for Tottenham, averaging 1.8 fouls per game, and he had 4 fouls in the Super Cup final versus PSG. So Kudus, sorry about that. Mohamed Kudus to commit 2 or more fouls is minus 165 at FanDuel, and also a solid parlay piece. So what I like to do in situations like this, obviously the books have set the odds really well. But if you parlay the two together, you take a minus 450 and a minus 165, parlay them together, and you get a solid minus 115 at FanDuel. So basically, we're targeting this specific matchup between Kudus and Mendes. So the player parlay is Kudus 2 plus foul, Nuno Mendes 1 plus foul 1 at minus 115 at FanDuel. Before our recap of all the plays, I want to still invite you guys to go to wt.buzz/pl. You'll find my free plays both in written form and in video form. I also have another video like this for Tuesday's matches. So if you watch this in time, head over to either my page or Wager Talks YouTube channel, and you'll find my Tuesday recap with 3 more matches and about 5 or 6 plays there as well. Again, if you see this in time, I got a 5% Champions League max bet going on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. It also includes a 4% best bet. It's a same game parlay. I still cannot believe the odds on that one. I think the books have it all wrong, to be honest. So yeah, 2 big plays on Tuesday. If you watch this in time, head over to my page, and of course you can get a 3, 7, 30 or even 90-day soccer pass for a fraction of the price. Just scroll down to my page, you'll find everything that you need. Also reminder that we have a Thanksgiving promo. You can get 7 days for just $67. Under $10 a day, you'll get all 5% releases, just everything, all the futures. And why I'm mentioning futures? I'm mentioning futures because we got the Africa Cup of Nations coming up. And in the previous edition, we made a lot of money. And of course, we landed a crazy parlay. I mean, we proposed a round robin. Well, let me see the odds on that one because it was pretty crazy. I mean, wait, let's see here. Plus 90,000, guys. I'm not kidding you. It was we hit 3 or 4 correct scores, and it was just a crazy match day. In match day 3, we landed a plus 90,000 round robin with 3 correct scores. So yeah, we got the AFCON coming up. So the longer you buy, the more you save. Just head over to my page, get a 3-day, 7-day, 30, 90-day, whatever you wish. You basically pay fewer money for those. So let's do a recap. We're gonna go with Arsenal versus wait, let me see here. I got a lot of notes. Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. We're gonna go with. I'm sorry, guys. Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. We're gonna go with the under 2.75 goals, minus 110. Atletico Madrid versus Inter Milan. Small lean to the under 2.75 goals, minus 120. Small lean to Atletico Madrid minus a quarter of a goal at minus 110. We got a strong lean on a player prop. You can find that at FanDuel. Inter Milan's Hakan Çalhanoğlu to score or assist, plus 200. Then moving on to PSG versus Tottenham. Extremely small lean on Tottenham, plus 1.5 goal at minus 110. Extremely small lean, just something to consider. Medium lean on the under 3.25 goals at minus 120. And of course, I love this is actually probably gonna make my card, a same game parlay with Mohamed Kudus 2+ fouls and Nuno Mendes 1+ foul drawn at minus 115. I think FanDuel, maybe B365 are the only teams out there, the only books out there that offer foul props. So again, make sure to like and subscribe, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about these breakdowns, strange matches. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. I know some of you have some really good insights in my comments. Let's see more of them, and I'm just replying to any comment, whether good or bad. I just love conversating with you guys. I love having soccer discussions. I live and breathe soccer, have been for the last, I don't know, maybe 25 years of my life, maybe more. So let's have a discussion. Good luck. God bless.